Hi, my name is Andre, and I'm your host in Creating an Extraordinary Life. You know, many times when I like your passion, but you know something, to follow those dreams and passions, you need to have energy. How about confidence? Let's talk about inner confidence. I mean, that's
everything.
God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me on.
We may not want to eat it because we may not feel well an hour later.
5 minutes, 10 minutes, and then I go back to bed. My whole
that you different practitioners that you can contact.
So you have this regular life, and then come Friday night. So what is that?
having a system that ties us all together.
Biased, I believe she's the #1 mom in the world, I'm sure. I love to coach. I love to help people in business. I love, like, I'm an actually went about it, and on the other side, you went from something negative to making it. Hi, my name is Andre, and I'm your host in Creating an Extraordinary Life. You know, many times when I life coach, people ask me, Andre, you always talk about extraordinary life, and you know, as you always heard on this show, follow your dreams and passions. But sometimes people want to know, well, how young should someone start creating that extraordinary life? And as many of you probably guessed, the younger the better. And today on our show, there's someone that did precisely that. She's 12 years old. Her name is Emily. Hi, Emily.
Hi.
And she's so extraordinary. She loves to cook, and she just started cooking. And before you know it, the family did a video. She has her own blog, right?
Yeah.
And it's so extraordinary. Now, I love that because I'm Italian, and Italian, we were born cooking, as they say, right? And my first career is as a restaurant owner. And so I have a very strong connection to cooking, you know, the way I was brought up. And I know that cooking could actually be like a spiritual thing. A lot of times I cook, and for me, when I cook that special dish, it's like I forget everything else that I have to do. I forget about the bills, you know, and everything else. So I was really inspired when I heard that at 12 years old, you decided to pursue cooking. So how'd you get started? Like, how'd that came about, Emily?
Well, I was going to Nickelodeon on channel 33, and I clicked 66 instead, and 66 is the channel that Food Network's on. And I just saw the channel, and I just got hooked. So I've been watching it ever since.
Wow. So what do you love about cooking?
I like being able to have art through food. I'm not a very good artist, like drawing and painting, but I like to cook instead, like do that as my art.
Wow. So how that translates into art? Like the way you cook, like what are some of the dishes that you like to cook?
Well, I like going on foodnetwork.com and finding all different recipes. Like, we found these zucchini chips where they're like little French fries or like little potato chip rounds that you put in breadcrumbs and cheese and bake it, and then it tastes like a healthy version of French fries. So,
wow, that sounds actually really good. So something inspired you about that, you know, and it's interesting because we did a show. One of our previous show was about this lady that she created a show, and she does workshops for kids. And you know, the name of her workshops that she does at schools is Finding Your Rainbow. And the show is about that. Rather than look for the rainbow outside, such as, you know, money and all these other things or status, she said whatever you love to do, that is the rainbow inside of you. And it's so interesting. And you know, I've asked her, I said, well, when you go to these schools, how can you tell, like a younger younger child, what is it that they, you know, should do when they go older? And she said whatever they love to do, whatever is natural to them. And what you're saying to me is it just, like I see when you speak about food, you light up.
yeah.
So that's just natural to you. That's great. And how about like for later on in your life, would you actually, do you thinking that? I know you're only 12 years old.
When I was about 4, I would be saying that I wanted to be a baker when I grow up. And I still feel like I would want to be a baker or a chef when I grow up. Like, it's never changed. Nothing's ever changed. I've loved cooking with my mom for the holidays and everything since I was little. and I still feel that way now.
Wow. Wow. Do you have any favorite cooks on Channel 66?
Well, I like them all, like Bobby Flay, Ina Garten, Giada De Laurentiis. I love them all. It's so interesting just watching them do whatever they love doing. And it's sometimes even at their house, you get to see how other people interact with them through their food, tell them how they love it, how they love the food, and how they want to have plans with her every day just to have food with her and have such a good time. It's so interesting how other people enjoy how you love. And like my friends, when I tell them that I love watching Food Network, they get hooked on it also. Like a lot of my friends watch it now because I've brought it up to them and they love it, and their families watch it and their other friends love it also. So it's like a whole big circle of everyone just loves to cook.
Wow. And you know, it's interesting as you're saying that, you know, a lot of times what I find, what inspires other people is that you're inspired.
Right.
Because you're inspired, you're able to inspire all your friends. So that's number one. Then the other thing that I'm present to as I'm listening to you is that, you know, we, through what we do, we express our love.
Right.
And I think that deep inside, really when you're cooking when you're preparing that gourmet meal, it's really an expression who you are.
Yeah.
And it's a way that you express your love to your family and friends, right? And then
Yeah.
to watch them eat it, it's a gift that you're giving them, and it's not just the gift of food, but it's the gift of love. It's the gift of self-expression. What do you think about that?
I feel like it's definitely my self-expression because I like to sing also, and I feel like those are the two main ways that I express myself, through my food and through my art and singing. So I feel like that is how I express myself. Like when I always want to make my sister and my mom and my dad's birthday cakes, and that's how I show them how much I care about them and how I want to get involved with their special day and everything.
Wow, that's so amazing. So what's next for you?
Well, for my birthday, I just got a stand mixer, so I'm really into that. Like, I asked everyone to get me Bed Bath & Beyond gift cards so I can get enough money to buy my own stand mixer, and now I use it for everything. Like, even if I don't need to use it for anything, I'm just saying, oh, I want to use my stand mixer. Like, it's just like a part of my cooking now.
Wow. So in other words, now you're getting your tools. You're 12
Yeah.
years old. I'm seeing that because I'm in the food business myself, and you know, we have the dough machine, we have the different types of refrigerators, the different knives and different tools. So you're acquiring the tools. Indirectly, that's what you're doing.
Yeah, acquiring the tools to be able to use them when I'm older in my own kitchen.
You're a true master at, you know, doing your thing. That is so incredible. And so then, what is your favorite dish? Like, I have my favorite dish. My favorite dish is angel hair Mona Lisa, which is made, I chop up a little bit of garlic, diced tomatoes, diced shrimp, diced roasted peppers, and basically, I'm more of a sauteer. I'm more of a sauté than a baker. But just get the garlic and oil, I cook it a little bit, and then I throw my shrimp, I throw my roasted peppers, diced tomatoes, if I have a little bit of sun-dried tomatoes because they're a little bit too sweet. And my favorite herb is basil. I love fresh basil. I believe anything with plum tomatoes, there has to be basil. And then, you know, usually my pasta that I love is angel hair. And so that's my favorite dish, and I make a great margarita pizza with the fresh mozzarella, basil, and I like simple things. I come from Italy, from Naples, and when you look at the Italian kitchen, when you look it up north, they become more fancy because they have more money.
Right.
When you look on the south, like Naples and Sicily, it's more like peasant food. At one time, you know, like tomato mozzarella, margarita pizza. It's very simple food, but so that's I love the region of what is called home cooking. You know, so what is one of your favorite dishes?
Well, what sometimes for dinner, me and my mom would make these chicken roll-ups. It's you take a chicken cutlet and you wilt spinach and put that on you lay it down on the chicken, and then you put either feta cheese or mozzarella cheese, roll it up and bake it, and it's so good. It's like a little treat every like Monday night or whatever day we'd make it, like a little treat for dinner.
And it's so great because now you do this with your mom, right? And that also creates special time together.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so wonderful because a lot of people watching, you have a lot of kids, playing video games, right? A lot of playing video games, going out there, smoking, doing all this stuff that is not healthy for them, while you're finding activities that you love, such as cooking and singing, and at the same time, spending time with your mom and friends. I mean, it's just incredible. What do you think when we look at a lot of the kids today, and you're in school, you're seeing a lot of it, you see a lot of these kids now not having that family system. And it seems to me that through your cooking, you're able to tap into that, to create a family structure where you're getting your enrollment, your empowerment, your happiness from something that you could do with the people you love.
Right.
What can you say for the kids out there watching? Like, what can they do so they're not out there doing some of the stuff that is not so good for them?
You really just have to find something that you and a lot of other people in your family enjoy to do. Like me and my family and some of my friends enjoy cooking, so we would cook together. But like some people are just out there just doing whatever other people are doing. You really need to find something that you're passionate about and love to do to find other people that are interested in the same things as you, and you have a little soul group for whatever you'd like to do.
That is great. Do you have anybody in your family inspired you? Is your mom or dad a good cook?
Well, my aunt for all the holidays would always bring like cookies or brownies or something, and I would always want to cook with her. And then when I found Food Network, I was just hooked. And then my parents would be like, all the other kids are watching Disney Channel or Nickelodeon, and you're watching Food Network. And they would make fun of me in the beginning, but then they just got hooked also. And now we all just watch it and bond over watching Food Network and saying, oh, we like this person, and oh, how interesting that is. And then we end up making their dish.
That is just incredible. That is so fabulous. I mean, that is your Nickelodeon, is the Food Network channel. I bet you got a little scared when they almost took it off the Cablevision.
Yeah, we had to do a persuasive essay for school, and my friend did put Food Network and HGTV back on TV, and then they actually did put HGTV and Food Network back on TV.
Did you get scared when that came off?
My sister started getting really mad. My sister's 16, and she started getting into it when I started getting into it. Like, I found it, and I told her about it, and we would watch it together. And she was like, I cannot live without Food Network. Like, we watch Food Network 24/7. Like, every time we put on the TV, we'd check Food Network first to see if it's a good show that we love on. And and that's like the main channel that's on in my house now. No Disney Channel, not really Nickelodeon. Well, my dad sometimes sports, but like mainly Food Network. Like, everyone in my house loves Food Network.
Wow, that's great. I could see you on Food Network. I'm actually going to be looking for you. I think you should put you should try to get on. Because I just thought about it, they should have someone young. That's actually a very good idea to inspire young kids, because when we look at the Food Network, people cooking healthy food, Italian food, Latin food.
They're all adults.
They're all adults, right? Wow, you could be starting something for the kids. Can you imagine? And I bet there's probably a market. I never thought like someone 12 years old would actually be inspired about cooking, and that's why when I heard about you, I was like, I gotta have you on the show. That's extraordinary. That's a great story,
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm a stand that you send in your video, which we're gonna be watching, and to send it in. And if you need any help or guidance in producing a video, I like to, you could let me know anytime. I have my producer be more than happy to have you back on the show with your new video. And, maybe one day we'll cook together.
That'd be fun.
That'd be fun. Emily, thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, and I hope you come to visit us again.
I will.
Thank you. For those of you at home, thank you very much for watching, and we're going to show you the DVD that Emily's dad made, and enjoy. Thank you for watching. Until the next time.
Emily. I'm a kid and I love to cook. Today I want to share with you my healthy but delicious recipe for pancakes. My recipe has some simple substitutions that will make these pancakes much more healthy and high in fiber. The ingredients that we are using today are half a cup of rye flour, half a cup of whole wheat flour, 3 eggs. I use fructose instead of sugar, but that's a tablespoon of that. A tablespoon of brown sugar, a teaspoon of baking powder, 4 tablespoons of oil. You could use canola oil, that's what I use, and half a cup of milk. We use skim milk. The ingredients into the bowl. Half a cup of whole wheat flour, half a cup of rye flour, a tablespoon of fructose, or regular sugar, a tablespoon of organic brown sugar, three eggs. I like to crack them into another bowl first. There are no shells in the egg. Now let's beat them. Just using a fork, just beating them ever so slightly. And then pour them in. We need to wash our hands because we just touched the raw eggs. Teaspoons of baking powder. And there's a flap of metal right here so you could scrape off the extra. 1, 2. And now we have a half a cup of milk. Okay. Now, 4 tablespoons of canola oil. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now we mix it. This recipe is so easy. You just throw everything in a bowl, mix, and then pour, and then bake. That's done when all the lumps are out of the batter. And then you put some cooking spray into the pan. And remember, you always need a parent in the kitchen with you while you're cooking. Hi, Mom.
I am.
My mom's videotaping. Turn on the stove and wait for your pan to heat up. And then take 1 scoop of the pancake batter when it's all heated up and put it in the pancake for the pancakes. See, isn't that a good sized pancake? Then you'll move it so you don't move. You'll move the pan so you could get all around. When the pancakes start to bubble through like that, you know that they're ready to be flipped. And in between each batch, you should put some more cooking spray. And if one gets on top of the other, it's okay. It doesn't matter. They don't have to be perfect. These look really good. Just a little organic syrup. Enjoy!
And I'm Andrea Luciano, and that's what I'm talking about.
I'm Rick Leidenfrost Wilson, and that's what I'm talking about.
I'm Matt Crone from Acoustically Correct, and that's what I'm talking about.
I'm Ed Fitzpatrick, and that's what I'm talking about.
I'm Nadine, and that's what I'm talking about.
My name's Ken Snyder, and that's what I'm talking about.
County Legislator Dave Denenberg, and that's what I'm talking about.
I'm Rick Laban, and that's what I'm talking about.
And I'm Andre to your left, and that's what I'm talking about.
Hi, I'm Corey Laban, and that's a wrap.